recent interview with Vlad TV, DL Hughley shared his thoughts on the recent allegations against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Hughley didn't hold back, asserting his distrust and dislike for Diddy. "I never liked him," said Hughley, recounting multiple instances where he felt something was off about Diddy, even before these allegations surfaced. He criticized those who remained silent for years while benefiting from Diddy's power and influence, labeling them as accomplices rather than mere witnesses. "I never liked him. Have you met him before?" "Never did. Never met him. I met him a bunch of times, but I never liked him." "Why?" "I just didn't. It felt like when I see those things, I never was shocked about it. I never I could sense a thing, like, I don't know what it was. But I will say that all those people who are now coming out and talking about these monstrous things he did are only saying it now. But they were fine with it when they were benefiting somebody. Their silence benefited them from it. If you are now telling us all these things you witnessed, then now you're not. You want to witness. You want to accomplish. And I think it's weird that a dude like, you would think that a dude who'd been in that many videos would know when a new one was coming out. Like, you know what I mean? Well, he bought that video for $50,000. Well, but you know how this works. You know how this works. You knew like he'd been Puffy, Diddy, Puff Daddy. In my experience, any nigga changed his name that many times has done a lot of shit wrong. Where I'm from, we call it the A-list. Is that you? No, not no more. That was me last album. But you know what happened to me? That was the last. Everybody in the 90s had been the product of the 70s and 80s and all that wild shit that was going on then. So that was the last vest, as those people who just got to do it. But all those people went to all those parties are now having lawyers explain what they saw and why they were there. Like, it just wasn't my thing. It just wasn't the way I wanted it to be. But I'm not shocked about the allegations at all.
The video of Puffy Combs beating Cassie almost senseless aired. Of course, as we all know now, it is beyond the statute of limitations, meaning that LA County would not prosecute him. The thing that I find interesting is for real assaults generally across the country, the statute of limitations for actual assaults, felony assaults, the statute of limitations is about 3 years, pretty much all across the country. For misdemeanor assaults, it is a year and a half. There are people, and any number of people are coming out with all these stories. You've heard them ad nauseum on different outlets, telling you about how they knew what was going on and how they were appalled. If you have a story to tell now, you could have told that story earlier. If you are telling a story about something you knew and you didn't do anything about it, you're not a witness, you're an accomplice. And these things can only happen with accomplices. These things can only happen with people who are willing to aid and abet as long as there's something in it for them. They're willing to look the other way or pretend like it didn't happen or to say nothing. The protection of womanhood requires that you may have to sacrifice something for yourself. You might have to do the right thing, even though it might cost you money. It might cost you an album. It may cost you something. But if we are going to say things like it is about the protection of womanhood, then that might require some level of sacrifice. I never have cared for Puffy. He always had an aura about him. I never have. I can't say that I've ever been in his company outside of the BET Awards, but he always seemed like that type of man. So seeing that video, as shocking as it was, for some reason didn't shock me at all. But the truth of the matter, there are a great many people who knew what was going on. A great many people who saw it. A great many people who could have said something and done something. A great many people. And you can tell who they are because now they're the ones with the story to tell. They're the ones, it was, if you had a story to tell then, if you see something, say something, but not now, then. He beat that. If he had done that to my child, I would hunt him down flat out. That would happen. Protection of, it can't be just our woman and all this silly stuff I hear about. If it had been a white woman, no matter who it was, nobody deserves that. Nobody. Nobody deserves to be beaten senseless. And that's the thing about it is, most women in America are hurt or shot or beaten by men who share their bed with them. Men who claim to love them. Men who are in a romantic situation or a sexual situation or an intimate situation. So it's not uncommon. But if we're going to say things like the protection of womanhood is important, act like it all the time. Not just when a video comes out. Because before the video, oh, somebody trying to bring a brother down. Oh, let me tell you something. Bringing a brother, if I'm not trying to bring a black man down by trying to stop him from beating a black woman up, how does that happen? It's a really simple thing for me. Always has. It always has been. I said it before and I'll say it again. I believe in my heart Kanye was stalking Kim. I said something. I believe Tory shot Megan. I said something. I believe Puffy beat Cassie and abused several other women. I said something. I believe Donald Trump is a sexual batterer. I said something. It's not that hard. If you see something, say something. But before people see a video. If you're going to protect them, say it when it counts, not when it makes you look good.
Diddy and Daphne Joy named in grand jury subpoena related to hotel incident. Federal prosecutors from the Southern District of New York are continuing to ramp up their federal criminal investigation into Diddy. According to TMZ, a new grand jury subpoena has been issued to an unspecified hotel in Miami, where Diddy has a home, requiring the establishment to share details regarding hotel reservations and services. The subpoena lists dates ranging from January 1, 2008 to present, requiring check-in and check-out dates, room numbers, guest histories, requested accommodations, room service, and billing information. Additionally requested are personal records, such as email and mailing addresses, and methods of payment. Also requested by prosecutors were computer IP addresses, logins, copies of identifications, vehicle information, and surveillance footage. Named alongside Diddy in the subpoena are his associates and Daphne Joy, who shares an 11-year-old son, Sire, with 50 Cent. Joy, a model, actress, and OnlyFans influencer, has repeatedly been trolled by 50 since she was accused of being a sex worker in a sexual assault and trafficking lawsuit involving Diddy. Joy would later accuse 50 Cent of rape and abuse, which the rapper and media mogul responded to with a defamation lawsuit. The prosecutor's petition will possibly build around a sex trafficking investigation, as Diddy has been named in multiple lawsuits involving the allegation. The Bad Boy Records CEO now faces a possible indictment, as witnesses have been notified of the possibility to testify in the Southern District of New York. One of whom could be producer and musician Rodney Lil Rod Jones, who stood by his lawsuit, calling Diddy a monster in a new Rolling Stone interview. The hotel requests are also similar to discoveries made during a March raid conducted by Homeland Security on Diddy's Los Angeles home, as investigators reportedly seized phones, electronics, and firearms.